You ready? We're at Maximo Apparel, 8494 Fulton Street. Today I'm gonna be doing an interview with the owner of Maximo Apparel, Zae Lorenzo, man, young entrepreneur that started from nothing and built multiple brands up, successful brands. You know, he never skipped any steps on this path towards success. So, you know, a lot of younger people, you know, just people that are just trying to get into the game. It's definitely be an interview for y'all to tune into. Come check it out. We at Maximo.
Apparel was the first location that we started doing pop-up shops. My business partner, like I said, him and Gino go way back. And Gino gave us the opportunity just to do pop-up shops every weekend for like 4 months straight.
Right.
So we was in here, rain, hail, sleet, snow, storms. Like there was days when nobody came, days where a lot of people came. Having that connection important because it just gave a different insight on business. Like Gino always let us know that momentum was important. That's kind of where like I learned that from. And just to always keep your foot on the gas and always keep something fresh. So like just sharing different insights on business. Those just things are not just in fashion, just what your average entrepreneur should be worried about and focused on. I really wasn't worried about it because location never been a thing for me. I really didn't get discouraged. I just always knew like, it's like even fast forward to now when having a store, every day is not a $10,000 day. Every day is not $100 day. Some days you don't make nothing. Some days you make 70,000. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep going until you hit those big moments. Coming from the West Bank does play a big part. You know what I'm saying? Because it helped shape me to be the person I am today. You feel me? It always gave me the idea that I had to go harder because I wasn't from the other side of the river. You feel me? Like you got to go 10 times harder when you're from the West Bank. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it to the other side and get noticed and then make it out of the whole city. You feel what I'm saying? So it just gave me that chip on my shoulder. I always felt the love from the West Bank. You feel me? I know everybody from the West Bank always been proud of me. Like even before I started doing pop-up shops in high school, just selling shirts in school, everybody was always supportive of what I was doing. Like, if you're doing something good, people gonna gravitate toward it, they're gonna be happy. It's easy to support. The relationship with the owner's always been important, you know what I'm saying? Because, just trading different insights, you know what I'm saying? Just gaming a young entrepreneur from another entrepreneur who been in the game longer. He always just told me to always keep my foot on the gas and just like always, to carry the momentum. And that's where I always got the idea of that momentum is always important. So, just learning different things from Gino, just being a everyday entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, helped a lot.
We down here in the heart of Gertner, man, at iDapper. Anything electronics that you need fixed, phone, laptop, whatever, anything electronics, this the place to come. Great customer service, great quality work. Jay, let them know where they could come to.
Yeah, man, so you can find us in Gretna, 401 West Bank Expressway, Unit 107. We open Monday through Saturday at 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. every week.
Y'all come holler at them. Y'all know y'all still getting them phones broke and them phones break, man. Y'all come holler at them to get it fixed. Anybody that's from New Orleans or the southern region, y'all know we on Canal Street right now at Nouveau, which is a clothing store that's a staple in the New Orleans community, really Louisiana community, because you got people that come from all over. And it's also somewhere that you've worked before. So, while you was in the process of building your brand, how did the community of working at Nouveau, influence you building your brand? Like, was it a specific moment that happened that helped with the vision of your own brand?
Just really seeing like the different brands in the store and already wanting to be a designer and doing it. Like I was already selling clothes before I worked here. So once I worked here and, like everybody that is a part of the company started embracing the brand and, it being the biggest store, one of the biggest stores in the South, it was just like, it was just confirmation, like, okay, I could really do this. And once it really started to like sell out in the store, it was like even more confirmation.
Right. So like I know you from the West Bank, and like you always been sort of popular. But coming here, you're in the heart of New Orleans. You got all types of different people coming from all type of different areas of New Orleans. The who's of New Orleans. So how was that just jumping into like the actual culture of New Orleans, and just rubbing arms with certain people? And did that help your help with the growth of your brand? Building connections with certain people and whatnot.
For sure, for sure. It introduced me to a lot of people from a lot of different lanes too, like sports, music. When you downtown, you'll be surprised who you run into. You know what I'm saying? You run into NBA players, rappers, actors, all type of people. And building connections with them asking you questions like who you are, what do you do, besides working here and stuff like that. It just opens the door in the room to just have conversations and build relationships with different people.
Facts. And like I said, like Nouveau is a staple in the New Orleans community, and I also feel like the brands that you create and the storefront that you have is also a staple in its own right within the New Orleans community. So how do you carry that sense of community over into your brands and your businesses?
Just learning from what they're doing here.
Right.
You feel me? Just like, because they teach you everything you're supposed to know if you really pay attention in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just making sure like the people that we employ over there are treated as such, the way they treated me over here, giving them the opportunity to be themselves, you know what I'm saying? And letting them know that, it starts with y'all. And just making sure we just stick to the standards, because Nouveau sets the bar in New Orleans.
Right. And while you was working here, I see a lot of people that they get okay with just working for the people that's the top dogs, and they cool with just just being that. What was the clicking point for you that made you say like, man, I could do this on my own, like I could go start something on my own?
It wasn't really a particular moment. What really encouraged it was the pandemic. You feel me? Like, it was just, and I ain't taking it no wrong way. It was like the point where we couldn't come to work because, it was slow and people couldn't come to work because of the COVID stuff and stuff like that. I wanted more control over, like, because I'm a hustler. I ain't never wanted to just stay home.
Over your own destiny.
Exactly. So I just wanted to keep working. I knew the only way to do that is becoming your own boss. You feel me? And once I felt like I knew enough, you feel me? Because one never knows everything. So once I knew enough, I felt like it was just time.
Right. And coming here from a place that's more established than you were at the time, and they've been here for a lot of years. How was that transition into opening your own store? What were some of the challenges that you faced?
The hardest part was just trying to find a location for
Right.
real. After we found the location, it was just a matter of getting clothes, filling the store up, getting fixtures and stuff like that, like shelves, lighting and stuff. Besides that, everything was real smooth. Like I said, like, I don't really deal with the stereotypical people don't support people in New Orleans and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know if because I never focused on it, but I never dealt with that problem. So like once I opened the store, it was just like, the city embraced it. You know what I'm saying? Like they just was so happy for us to do it, and it was just like coming to work every day for real.
Right. So, and me knowing you and knowing you a little while after you had started your first brand, Maximo Apparel, you didn't skip any steps. Like you did the pop-ups, you did the nobody coming, you did working at other clothing stores that were more established at the time. What is the importance of not skipping any steps? Because I feel like the younger generation and the generation that we come from, to where people want everything so cookie cutter and want it so quick. But I watch you go through the process, and what were some of the what was some of the pros of you staying the course and not skipping any steps?
Just learning from my experiences, really like firsthand, just learning everything, going through it, really getting around these men that been here for 10 to 20 years and stuff like that, getting the game from, like player coaches in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just going through the motions, like, like there's highs, there's downs, and just like appreciating it. I never like, even when things got bad, I ain't really like get shooken up, stuff like that. Like I just always embraced every step of it. Like I just love the process, no matter how long it take, even if it take 10 more years, I'ma still stay the course.
Some qualities I for sure noticed working with Zae is dedication, determination, you know what I'm saying, and even just like, innovative thoughts, we'll always have, talks and he'll just tell me all his ideas, like, like what he got planned for himself, what he want to be, and like, things that he would like to, even improve on, whether it's like personal, business, you know what I'm saying, or like even when he feel like he could do to like, uplift somebody else, Qualities like that, say a lot about a person, Shoot, honestly, what I took from that is how he just became a sponge. Like, a lot of people could, get stuck in places, but to be able to like get in the environment and like learn and like really utilize, what you see and like, what I'm saying, what you hear, and like even like take things a step further and like, apply for yourself and like for others. That just, that showed a lot, and that's kind of like how I look at, him being able to take himself from working in a place to building his own, his own foundation.
Successful young entrepreneur. So just tell me like how it feels to be labeled as that, or do you even feel that?
Yeah and no. Like I feel like, the success, like once it be happening, but like I don't really live in it. You feel me? I kind of like really try to just like let it happen and really try to snap back into like grind mode. Like I don't really have nothing at all and accomplish nothing at all, just so I can always keep that hunger in me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be trying to get too up on that high horse.
Where that mindset come from, man? Because you see a lot of people, they have that grinding instinct, then they become successful and they get popularity, notoriety, and then you know how it is out here when people become popular. So where that mindset come from that keep you grinding like that?
Personal experiences, like always knowing that it could always be taken away. You know what I'm saying? Not just taking it for granted, and watching like, like the people before me, like, get too comfortable and stuff like that. Like, I don't, one of my biggest fears is, and I don't really think about it too much, but one of my biggest fears is like, like not being able to provide for my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta, stay on my tent. You feel me? So I ain't really into the celebrating and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to keep putting in the work to make sure that, we gonna have this as long as possible, because, everything don't last forever.
Right. And, me and you, we been friends for a few years now. And then, through personal talks with you, I know it has been setbacks, like the building a brand and being an entrepreneur and, elevating your mindset hasn't always been like a straightforward route. So do you have any setbacks that you don't mind talking about on camera that, might resonate with other young entrepreneurs that's coming up?
Yeah, one of them setbacks is, I think it probably happened like, when you think it happened, money, like 2 years ago when we got that order late?
Yeah, like December 2022.
Yeah, like December 2022, we're supposed to get an order in, and this supposed to be one of our biggest orders. And like, due to like Christmas, Chinese New Year's, we ain't end up getting it till like March. March, beginning of April, and that kind of like, like messed up our momentum for like the whole, the whole year until the fall came. So
Cause was it like fall, winter clothes, and then you got it in the springtime, or you just came
Nah,
late?
it was supposed to be the clothes for January.
Right.
You feel me? Like, cause like everybody, like if you're in the game, you know that everything's seasonal. You know,
Right.
all the releases are seasonal, so things have to come in on time and stuff like that. And at this time, you know, we just started really getting confident with the overseas manufacturing and not really knowing too much how holidays set it back. So that kind of like really set us back, like as far as clothes, because you know, like we had a hiatus, so we're selling out. You know what I'm saying? We damn near didn't even have no clothes to sell.
Right.
You feel me? For like 2 months, 3 months. So you know, and then you know the bills keep on coming and stuff like that. So like I said, like this personal experience always put me back in that mentality. Like, you know, you got to be ahead of the curve. As soon as you can get ahead of the curve, make sure you're ahead of the curve because you know things like that happen that you can't control.
Right. So when you take a big hit like that, how do you bounce back from something like that? Because I'm sure that's not the only situation where something like that done happen, whether it be like within your personal life or business life. How do Zae Lorenzo bounce back from taking L's, taking hits?
Bouncing back is like, first you gotta identify, like you gotta be able to identify it quickly while it's happening.
Right.
And then while it's happening, like you can't like really beat on yourself. You gotta prepare yourself, like, you know, you gotta get in defensive mode, like, so you have to, well, this is what I do. You know, I cut back from everything. I don't do too much spending, you feel me? And, you know, just really, you know, try to feel for when is it a good time to, you know, recontinue, like, you know, and living everyday life and doing what I'm doing. So, you know, I just don't try to take too many mistakes, and by bouncing back, even after that, it's like I understand that I'm human. Things happen. You feel me? If I focused on my mistakes, like I ain't really gonna get too much ahead from that. You feel me? Like it already happened. Like what's the point of even just thinking about it?
Right.
So I just be trying to move on to the next thing and worrying about like not letting that happen too many times again.
Right. And I saw you build this brand up from the ground up. You know, you was one of the first people that helped, one of the people that helped elevate the New Orleans, you know, fashion scene, and, you know, just becoming an entrepreneur and being an entrepreneur. So what was that process like, getting into the game, getting into the fashion game, not having people just, cause you know, I feel like when people first drop their clothing line, like oh man, just a little t-shirt, or oh, just a little this. So what was that process like, building the brand up to become what it is today?
First step was understand that, you know, people always say it doesn't matter what people think or don't worry about too much about people. It's all about the people when it comes to fashion.
Right.
You feel me? So I just focused on like growing my community, like within like family and friends, then building it outwards. And then, you know, like everything took care of itself after that, kind of like, and then understand like product placement. And, you know, like you go through trials and tribulations, you know, that's inevitable. You can't really, you know, like avoid those things. So just like, you know, building the strong mentality and having a strong mental, like not letting self-doubt really get to you. Because like you said, you start out with some t-shirts, everybody like, oh, it's t-shirts, or he just doing what everybody else doing, or now he charging too much,
Right.
or, you know, there's always something, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's not what I focused on. I just focused on like the people that do support me and like grow with them, you know what I'm saying? Because they help me grow.
So I remember, but first let's talk about when you opened the store up. I remember when you was telling me you wanted to open the store up, and then y'all wound up opening the store up in the French Quarters. So what was that like? Because I remember at the time that was like a big thing, because they didn't have a lot of, you know, young black people opening up businesses within the French Quarter. Now you see more and more people starting to do it, and, you know, starting the process of do it. So was that a major accomplishment for you?
Yeah, of course. Like I didn't see myself doing it so young. I just always knew I wanted to do it. Like I gave myself a deadline. Like I thought I was gonna do it at 30.
Right.
You feel me? So like, you know, I was just working in Nouveau and like, you know, learning all the game and stuff like that. Then when I was like, man, I could do this myself. So, the opportunity presented itself. One phone call led to another, and everything was affordable. So, we just went with our move in the middle of the pandemic.
Right. And what's some of the pros and cons of opening the store up?
There's a lot of pros if you have the right team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The biggest con is having the wrong team. You
Right.
feel me? And thank God that I have the right team.
Right.
You feel me? Like I have people that I could trust. I got people that care about it and are passionate just as much as me. You feel me? And I don't really see too many cons because it's something that I wanted to do. I already know what come with it.
Right.
I've been in retail since I was like 15, 16. So it's not really nothing that I feel like is a con. The pros is like you get to wake up when you want to. You could be late here and now and then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's your shit.
yeah.
Right.
So I don't really see too many cons.
A lot of our conversations throughout the years was you always put a lot of emphasis on building a team, having the right people around you. Why do you think that's so important, building the right team? And it's like I see you got, people that's close to you, like some of your family members are, people that's close to your family members. So like, what was that process like as far as building a team?
It's important to me. I'm gonna answer both your questions. So it's important to me because you can't do everything yourself.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
when did you learn that? Was that always?
Just by watching the people before me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always seen that everybody always had 100 employees or they had a team of 5, you know what I'm saying? And playing sports, you know what I'm saying? That teamwork and camaraderie. So I just always understood you can't do it yourself, and I always been a person that wants to do 1,000,001 things.
Right.
And I always understood. It's like having a family, you know what I'm saying? Living in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, your wife cooks and clean, you do all the labor work, and you pay the bills and stuff like that.
Everybody being beneficial towards each other.
Exactly, to one goal. And the process of building it, it just it just happened naturally. You feel me? Like, it first started off with my older cousin, my business partner. He seen what I was doing, and he took a liking to what I was doing and was like, look, bro, I really feel like I could help. And one thing led to another. Then my little cousin, he stepped up to the plate like, bro, I could help y'all too, you know what I'm saying, with orders and stuff. So he stepped up to the plate. Then it was just like my other little cousin stepped up to the plate. He wanted to work. And
so it's more so like it was kind of like naturally and organically team building process. Like people was noticing what you was doing and your passion and drive that you had going, and then they kind of like organically came to help out.
Yeah, everybody had they have their own strong suit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like pulled them to what was going on. And, it just felt like a glove with everybody. Like even A Rose came in at a time where, social media was kind of shifting, and what he was doing was like,
working.
It was working, and we seen it early on.
Right.
Like we was like, oh, cool, we need somebody to help us with this content. A Rose knew exactly what he was doing, and it's just like we said, it's organic. It just helped us go up.
Man, y'all always talking about New Orleans ain't got this, New Orleans ain't got that. 1101 Transportation bringing y'all all the exotic cars, quality cars, with top-notch transportation services. Make sure y'all tap in, get with them. So we have Maximo Apparel, your contribution to New Orleans fashion scene and the business scene. Building 2 brands in New Orleans, Maximo Apparel and Zae Lorenzo, no small feat. So just kind of talk about your vision that you have for the city of New Orleans.
It's just a representation of me showing that, multiple brands could work together. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if it could happen in one house. You know what I'm saying? All these brands, they you know, we could all come together eventually, you know, and really stir something up and do something different and really start to change the city for real, in a unity standpoint.
Nah, most definitely. And I know, now you walking around New Orleans, bro. You see Maximo, you see other brands. You know, it's like a cultural melting pot when it come to brands. And I know you said in your last interview that it didn't used to be like that. Like people used to rock BBC, they used to rock, you know, these different brands that's not based out of New Orleans. But I feel like New Orleans is one of the only places where you could go anywhere and people gonna rock the brands. And I feel like that's a testament to the quality of the brands. So just talk about like the part that you played into getting it to that level.
Just staying in my lane, you know what I'm saying? Doing my thing, paying attention to quality, you feel me? And always extending my platform, my hand to big others up.
Right.
You feel me? I feel like, you know, if I got the knowledge or I got the opportunity to help somebody get to where they need to go, why not? You feel
Right.
me? Like, it ain't gonna stop me from eating. You feel me? We're already competing with all these industry brands like Bape and BBCs and ice cream. Like I said, like, why not help everybody else get to where they need to get to?
Right. And a quote that comes to my mind when I think about you is when Jay-Z said, like, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. You feel me? So you having to be a creator of the business and also being a business-minded person, how do you wear those two hats?
I just take my feelings out of everything. You feel me? Just do my job like I'm supposed to. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's a job. They're just titles. You know what I'm saying? The work got to get done. So I just focused on that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on minimizing my mistakes, not trying to really spread myself too thin, and just, you know, like I said, just do my job and, you know, be that example for everybody else to carry on. Cause like we said earlier, like, you know, I don't really get into too much of the accomplishments and stuff like that. You feel me? You
Just
know,
keep your
once
head down and work.
exactly, I feel a success. I get all the, you know, pats on the back, then it's back to work.
Facts. So how you handle all this attention, man? Because it's like designers in the city before we had the rappers that was popping. Like it was like the designers and the entrepreneurs was the popping ones in the city. It's like y'all, the rappers out here for real. So how do you handle all that attention?
One, I stay inside. You feel me? Like I try to stay inside a lot so I don't really get distracted. And two, you know, I just accept it. You feel me? Like, you know, I accept my role in the community as a leader and just, you know, embrace everybody and with open arms, for real. Like, I don't really try to think about it too much, bro. Like, you know, it don't make me feel like I'm Jay-Z or Lil Wayne or somebody. It just make me feel like I'm Zae.
Right.
You feel me? It's my job. I'm gonna do it regardless whether they support me or not.
Facts. So what's been your proudest moment since you began your brand, since you became a businessman? What was the proudest moment to where you was like damn, I'm really on the right path?
It's probably a number of things, but it's all under the same category. It's just giving back to the community. Like, you know, I did a lot of off the camera stuff, like, you know, visit my old high school, gave back to the football team. You know, passed out plates in the community when we had a storm and stuff like that. Just being in that position to really like contribute to the community. You know, those are my proudest moments. And like, you know, on the business side, probably the answer people looking for is Black Friday. Black Friday, you know, we do the midnight sale every Black Friday, which we're gonna do again Black Friday. So everybody, y'all pull up to Black Friday midnight, 12 to 3 p.m. 3 a.m., 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. And, you know, we had, like last year, it rained. Right. And we still had a line from the front door all the way to the corner. You feel me? Every Black Friday is like 75 to 150 people.
Damn. Sick. All right. So look, I know you like you and your humble Zae Lorenzo kick right now. You on your business acumen, but I kind of want you to, you know, pop your shit, man, because I feel like you mean a lot to the culture out here in this generation that you a part of, and the one that's coming after you. So, what do you think that you mean to the culture of New Orleans? And I know it's never cool for somebody to just, you know, brag on themselves, but I'm telling you, you mean a lot to the culture. But what's your mindset on that? What you feel like you mean to the culture?
I feel like I'm just an example, you know what I'm saying, of what people could get to and what people could work to. Feel me? Like, you know, if you keep your head down, you stay down, you work hard, you get great results and stuff like that. Like, you know, you can really beat the odds, and you don't gotta be another statistic. You don't gotta be a gangster, you ain't gotta be a rapper, you ain't gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You could be you. You feel me?
Right.
Because that's one thing, like, besides all the success, you know what I'm saying? I'm still me. Feel me? I'm the same person from high school, same person from the West Bank, same person that worked at Nouveau, same person that was in IDAP when nobody was there. I'm the same person. And like, I feel like a lot of people could just vouch for that. You feel me? Like, I ain't never switch it up. You feel me? Like, the more success I do get, the more I stay inside, you feel me? Because
Right.
I know that the bigger I get, the more responsibility I have to my community. So, you know, I won't be able to wake up the next day and continue my job.
Right. And me knowing you personally, I know, you know, this right here is nowhere near where you want to be at. So what keeps that driving force for wanting more, wanting more, wanting more? Because like you're never satisfied as far as like you're appreciative, but you're never satisfied for where you currently at. What keeps Zae Lorenzo, you know, wanting more out of life?
Just traveling and just traveling, seeing different things and stuff like that. When I do travel, because I don't really travel that much, but when I do, I see a lot of different things, and like going into these rooms, meeting these different people, like meeting these like rappers, these NFL players that, you know, I once looked at like, damn, like, you know, and also like, you know, like even just helping your people, like, you know, you help one person, you know, you still have this other person that needs some help, and then like, you know, you just trying to obtain that level to where it's like you could just help everybody at the same time. Your
Right.
family, your community, your friends, just, you know, just trying to help as much as possible.
Right.
You feel me? That's what keeps me going.
For young brand owners that's coming up, what's some tips that you could give them for, you know, coming up in the competitive fashion industry, especially like within a local scene?
Just stay focused, you know, don't get caught up in the hype, you know, move around the community, embrace other artists in every lane, like rappers, makeup artists, try to collaborate with as many people as possible. Most importantly, don't get caught up in the hype, because, you know, it get crazy. You start getting free bottles, you start getting free sections, you start getting
Shouting you out in
different
the club.
friends and stuff. The DJ start loving you, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to RBD, my dog. Just, you know, just different things, like, you know, embrace the city, you feel me? Because you gonna become one of the ones, you gonna be in these shoes eventually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen overnight, but it's gonna happen.
And you very intriguing into the rap scene too, as far as like putting certain people in your clothes, or certain people coming to your clothes, or your store being like a safe spot for up and coming artists. And you've been able to watch as your brand grow, artists' careers grow. So just talk about like how you made connections with certain artists and how that helped your brand and also helped them by being in your brand.
Right. Just understand, my first thing is just like appreciating music. You feel me? Like, I always loved music, so that always been a thing of mine. So just like, you know, seeing...
He really a bird man for real. He just do the club.
just like seeing they creative process and stuff, always like, you know, gave me like, you know, an interest. And you know, just seeing like my peers, them do it, and understand that, you know, you need fashion to look good, and just me being able to just give them some clothes just to do it, and them to put it on and market it, cause, you know, this is all lifestyle. You feel me? That's what sells. And, you know, they living that lifestyle that everybody wants to live. You feel me? So it just makes sense. And, you know, just to watch everybody grow, it's just, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Just to watch them boys really grind hard, because I feel like they got it harder than anybody. You feel me? Because it's 1,000,001 people trying to do what they do.
Right.
You feel me? And, you know, like some of the people I done met along the way, like Prince Dre, a Rob 49, a Nino Calvin, you know, Sauce Walker, like, just to name a few. And even like, you know, my partner Ren, I'm really not trying to leave anybody out. Baby K, AIA Lit, just to name a few for real. And, you know, they just always like, you know, been supporting me, letting me know that I'm doing my thing on, you know, a big scale. Just as much as I want to go, you know, link and make sure they straight, they want to link with me and make sure I'm straight too. Let me know that it's just not like a one-sided thing. They looking at me like, oh, but you doing your thing too, like.
Right.
Feel
So
me?
even though that like relationship with artists, it become a positive, but I see a lot of people within the entrepreneurship where it become like a slave to popular people. Like, man, I need this person in my shit up. If this person don't invite me here, like I ain't messing with them. So like, how do you still be able, cause you still with a lot of the same dudes I seen you with when you first started out. So how was that? Like, how did you be able to maintain those same friendships and not, you know, falling victim to like just being around certain people? Cause, oh, this dude popular, he popping now, so.
You give respect, you get respect. You feel me? I respect everybody's situation no matter what it is. You feel me? I give everybody a fair chance. You know what I'm saying? You know, there is a certain criteria that, you know, that I do look for. Like I said, niggas just look for talent. You know what I'm saying? You talented, you in the dope. And I just give everybody, like I said, I give everybody a fair shot. I don't really be into like, if you don't respect what I'm doing, I'm not finna chase behind you and try to run around the whole world trying to make sure you straight. Cause you're not trying to make sure I'm straight. Like I said, these guys that I do associate myself with, they make sure that I'm straight. You feel me? I pull up to a show, they make sure I'm straight. Or if I got a new release and I want them to wear it, it ain't nothing just to hit them up and be like, look, bro, come pick this up right quick.
Right, for sure. You know, us having us talk, so like every couple months, me and you know, we come and chop it up and, you know, we get deep into detail on what you got going on. And I know you expanding your brand has always been like a big integral part of what you was doing, like whether it be with like football players, boxing, basketball players. How did you get that mindset to where you was like, all right, you know, I got people from my city buying my clothes, but now like I want to hit these different markets. So where did that come from?
Just understanding that the world is bigger than New Orleans. Even though I love it so much, you feel me? New Orleans is just so big, you feel what I'm saying? So just understanding that these different people in these different lanes, they travel more than anything. You feel me? Like the athletes, they travel and they play however many games they got in the season. And you know, and like my partner who boxes and stuff like that, he travels a lot too. So, you know, like I said, you know, you give respect, you get respect. And they all appreciative of what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just a two-way street. You feel me? They make sure that they putting on for the brand, just like I would.
Thanks. And me knowing you, like I said, you a businessman, so you always thinking of other ways that you can make money, even if it's outside of clothing. So I know you getting into the dog business, and I seen you been like putting time and effort into that. So kind of like explain that to me. What became in your decision making as far as to, all right, let me even get into this industry that don't got nothing to do with fashion.
My girl wanted a dog, and I just, you know, we went to talking about it. I was telling her that if she wanted this dog, she wanted a Frenchie. So I'm like, man, these dogs kind of high. Like, if you want a dog, we're gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to start a business. And, you know, one thing led to another. You know, I hollered at OG Booby Black. You know what I'm saying? He came by the shop one day, asked me what I was getting into, and I was letting him know that I was thinking about doing the dogs. He tagged me in with Ox, and, you know, my brother Rico, he was getting into the game as well. So, you know, I just started doing a lot of my research on it. And, you know, one of my friends, Mike, he really gave me like all the basic knowledge of, you know, how this thing goes, because he been breeding dogs since way back and stuff like that. So, you know, just seeing how like the dog game embraced me, you feel me? Like a lot of the heavy hitters was like, man, you got a nice eye for this. And I just like, you know, I just went head first. And my first litter, you know, I did real good. Like, you know, sold all my dogs, kept the ones I wanted to keep. And, you know, now I'm about to have my second litter Friday.
Right.
And that's me and bro, we about to have fluffy big ropes. So
right.
If you know anything about Frenchies, that's like a big thing. So
right. So what could the people that follow Zae Lorenzo, what could they expect for you to be getting into in the future? Like, you got any other business ventures that you don't mind talking about that you might get into?
I don't really like spoiling them. I like just really just hitting them with it when it's done, but just to expect me to just expand everything that I'm doing. You
Right.
feel me? If I'm in the lane, just expect that to grow.
Right.
You feel me? And I ain't saying wait 3 years, wait 6 months, or wait 3 months and
Right.
watch what I do next. You feel me? Like, I ain't never gonna stop just trying to grow and improve everything that I'm doing, because I know the bigger I get, the more, like I said, I can help everybody. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm trying to really, bridge all them gaps that the city has.
So do you feel like, me knowing you, knowing that you business mind, like you more than just a brand owner, like a fashion designer. So do you feel like sometimes people try to like box you in, or they don't really care to you? Like it don't matter what people.
I don't really. They try. Some people try to, but some people, you know what I'm saying, they don't. But me personally, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm successful in every lane that I choose to be a part of.
Cause some people cool with one business. Like to you, that wasn't cool enough for you. So it's like you got 3, 4, 5 businesses up and running right now, and it's like you need that challenge to keep yourself going. So,
Because it's different experiences, like, you got highs and lows in different businesses. And them experiences, I would never have been through them if I wasn't trying to try new businesses and stuff. So all that just, I piggyback off all them experiences and just learn for all the other businesses to make sure I don't ever make the same mistakes, because all businesses is relatively the same.
Yeah, like the same blueprint behind
Same blueprint, same structure, you feel me? Like, so at the end of the day, it's just a different product that you're selling.
Facts. So they got somebody that's gonna be out here right now that's starting a business that might be from New Orleans, might be, from the West Bank. So and they ready to quit, ready to give up. So what would you tell to that person that's ready to throw the towel in?
Don't throw the towel in. Like, try your fastest to get back at zero. You feel me? You get back at zero and make another run for it. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen overnight. I've been doing this since I was 14, 15. You feel me? So it's just, you just gotta keep going. Like, you hear everybody's story how this stuff don't happen overnight. So believe it. Like, it's true. You feel me? And believe in yourself first. You feel me? I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? If you need me, just DM me, and I answer any question that you have.
Boy, about to have everybody that go get a press print T-shirt DMing them. Everybody about to start DMing them.
I'm gonna take my time. I might not get to you today or tomorrow, but I'm gonna get to you eventually.
Like, but shit, nah, bro. I appreciate you for allowing us to do this interview. Like I said, you was one of the first people we did the interview with back when you was doing a pop-up shop at the mall across the river. So, just to see your growth from then to right now is like unprecedented, man. And I'm already knowing that shit gonna keep evolving and keep growing. So like I said, I appreciate you, dog, for sitting down and talking with us for sure.
Appreciate you, brother.